Hi, I'm Pastor Travis Berg, and this is Soapbox Shibboleths, where we take the sting out of buzzwords. Soapbox Shibboleths is meant to teach the words of the church and of the Bible in an easy, safe, and fun way. Today, we are going to begin to learn the difference between disciples and apostles. We'll start by discussing what a disciple is. The word disciple, which you see on the screen here, comes from the Latin word discipulus, learner, and that word comes from the Latin root word discere, which means to learn. This is the Latin equivalent to the Greek word mathetes, which you also see on your screen, which means one who learns. We see this word mathetes, or disciple, in Matthew 28:19. Now, the English translators do something interesting with this verse. They make two different imperatives. Usually, when you hear Matthew 28:19, you hear the words, "Go and make disciples of all nations." Now, that's not exactly correct, because the word to go is actually an aorist passive participle. So really, that verse should be translated, "Therefore, being gone, or as you go, make disciples." Well, how do you make disciples? We make disciples by two other different participles which Jesus speaks to us in the text: baptizing in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to keep or to guard all the things that Christ has commanded them. Baptizing forgives sin. It gives the Holy Spirit and makes a son of wrath into a child of God. Teaching not only creates faith or confident trust in the heart of different people, but teaching also feeds faith by comforting terrified consciences with the gospel and by informing the conscience with God's will, which both accuses and it gives form to the fruit of the Spirit, our good works. This is why this learning that we're talking about and being a disciple isn't just an intellectual learning, as if simply knowing how to parrot all the right answers will get you a get-out-of-hell-free card. We see this most clearly in the gospel given in Matthew 11:29, where Jesus says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls." And again, Jesus says something similar in John 8:31, where he says to the Jews who had believed in him, "If you abide in my word, you are my disciples indeed." Through Jesus' words of spirit and life, he not only informs our minds with content, but through this teaching, he also changes our hearts, and he gives to us new spiritual life. This is why doctrine, or teaching, is life, for all life springs from Jesus' teaching. Well, that's all for today. I'm Pastor Travis Berg, and thanks for listening to Soapbox Shibboleths.